So Ola Zimeji, Ileri Oluwa, Mohbad told me when he had the fight with Naira, the October 5th fight that I documented, that he used Molly. He likes Molly and Tramadol. So if Molly and Tramadol was inside him, 3,4-methoxy, dioxymethamphetamine, if Molly was inside him, ecstasy, MDMA, the antibiotic reacted with the drug inside his system. That's what I think happened here. So now they have to prove that, because ceftriaxone antibiotic alone, okay, in an IV with paracetamol is unlikely to kill him.
I want you to pay attention to this video. Do not skip it till the end, as you're about to hear what you have never heard before. Open your mind. Watch this video with deep thinking. Before we proceed, like and share, subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification bell. Let's get right into it. I'm going to introduce to you someone who is going to shed more light into the RIP of upcoming Nigerian music artist, Mohbad.
What Mohbad did was, when he now opened the SUV, they said he punched directly into the SUV, and the driver called the owner and said they punched the car. The part where he punched was where the window, you know, when you are standing outside an SUV, somebody's in the back seat, you want to greet them. You know, they will wind down. At one point, the window will go inside the car. Here, you know, when you want to wind up, the window will come back up. You know that place where the window now becomes part of the car, metal and glass? That's where he punched. So his hand was completely bleeding and damaged. He punched it hard. You have to see the picture. So that's why I said I'm trying to reach Sahara reporters, because somebody should take that picture inside that press conference and post it online. They will do that, but let's just see. If not, I would tell Ben Hyundai. I've been on the phone, on WhatsApp messaging with Ben Hyundai for 12 days. I helped the police a lot in this case. Now, what they now did basically was they rushed him home. He was supposed to go to the hospital. He said he did not want to go to the hospital. Mohbad went home. He did not go to the hospital. When he got home, he wanted to be treated at home. The bleeding was really bad. Bad. When you're bleeding and you're losing blood, you're dying slowly. Go to the hospital. They said he refused. His whole family wanted him to go. He refused.
How come we didn't hear this part of the story? Are you sure of this?
Because it's an investigation and it will be compromised. Even me, I heard some parts of it and I couldn't say anything. See, the people say, oh, Cubana hasn't talked. So is quiet. Everybody, they were all there, 26 witnesses. Even Bella, remember I tweeted Bella's mother, I said, you must go into the police in 2 days. Police even tweeted and said, we're waiting for you. All of them spoke to Bella, called, Selatan went in there, everyone went in there. But when you're doing an investigation, you cannot compromise it. This is a social media trial. A lot of people are sentimental on social media. You saw the fight I had with Yabo in between there. Let's go on, because I only have the 10 minutes you said. Now, knowing that Mohbad's hand had fragments of glass and metal, the first day he was bleeding a lot. Listen now, freeze. They called Fumi, Mohbad's nurse, private duty nurse. You know private duty nurses make a lot of money. They're everywhere in the world. Nigerians go to London just to do that. So Fumi was not around, out of town. So they called Feishayo Ogedengbe, who was Mohbad's friend's nurse. Now, Ogedengbe is nurse to Ayobami Sadiq, whose name is Spending. That's his nickname, Spending. But as a pharmacist and an investigative journalist, this is why I came out today and spoke to people. She got procaine, which is a local anesthetic, so the pain can go down. This boy is still bleeding. What's in infection? Now, she got iodine tincture. Iodine will clean the wound and you'll change it every 2 days. She got diclofenac, 75 milligrams SR. He'll take that every 12 hours for the pain. She got paracetamol. She was feeding that through an IV line, a drip. As she was feeding the paracetamol through the IV line, basically Mohbad was restricted to a bed or a chair. So that as he's taking diclofenac and the procaine, when the pain comes, the backup pain will be the paracetamol. She had a fantastic combination. You need an antibiotic. She chose ceftriaxone. This is where I blame NAFDAC. I've been shouting it forever. Regulate pharmacy, regulate pharmacy. People are buying what they want. She went to the pharmacy and brought ceftriaxone. She added it to the IV line with the paracetamol. She did it well. The problem is that if she had a registered nurse, they won't put the ceftriaxone directly in the IV. They should try it intramuscular, IM, which means give it as an injection in the buttocks. If you give it as an injection in buttocks, you can see there's going to be a reaction. But she ran it in the IV on her own. Now, Mohbad started convulsing. He had what they call an anaphylactic reaction.
Shock.
So he went,
Anaphylactic shock.
yeah, anaphylactic reaction.
Wow.
So anaphylactic reaction will turn into anaphylactic shock, and you literally be in shock. You won't be able to move, do anything. As you're in shock, you're actually 80% bite. So you get it. You still have 20% life. So when those boys were carrying him to the hospital and saying, you know, remember they were videotaping him. Something moved around his neck and they stopped videotaping. They didn't want us to see anymore. So what could have happened here, and this is what I think happened. Not only did he react to the ceftriaxone, which is unusual. I had 2 pharmacists in America watching with me on that news conference and 1 journalist from Canada, all Oyibo. What happened is, he told Oladimeji Ilerioluwa, Mohbad told me when he had the fight with Naira, the October 5th fight that I documented, that he used Molly. He likes Molly and Tramadol. So if Molly and Tramadol was inside him, 3,4-methoxy, dioxymethamphetamine, if Molly was inside him, ecstasy, MDMA, the antibiotic reacted with the drug inside his system. That's what I think happened here. So now they have to prove that, because ceftriaxone antibiotic alone, okay, in an IV with paracetamol is unlikely to kill him.
This is deep. This is deep. Regardless of how you perceive or accept or reason with Kemi Oluloyo, we cannot throw away what she has just said. No, not at all. That is why you, as an individual, you have to be careful of what you put in your body. Colos and many other substances that the youth of nowadays have grown to like, love. It is very important. What if during that your ecstasy or consumption of whatever it is that you have put inside of yourself, you have an accident and they do not know what is inside of you, and they inject you with some other substance that reacts with what is inside of you? I'm talking about the mystery that surrounds the RIP of upcoming Nigerian music artist Mohbad. A lot of people have said, in fact, so much. It has become a social media public trial. That is what it has become. Everyone is asking for one person or the other's neck. But there are certain things that a lot are not taken into consideration. Why? Because maybe, the emotions surrounding it, people have suspended their thinking. According to Mohbad's wife, Wumi, and according to a dude called Prime Boy, one of them in the custody, Prime Boy in the custody of the police, Wumi, she is still, mourning her husband and relaxing. What happened? Well, according to Prime Boy, he said a day before the demise of Mohbad, we are talking about childhood friends, they had some altercation. And how did this altercation start? According to Wumi, she said Prime Boy got Mohbad angry. I don't know if there is a crime. I don't know if there is a crime that I said something that got someone angry, or I acted in a way that got someone angry. No, there is no crime to that, because you don't even know when you offend people. I might say it's okay, take it easy, and the other person is angry at me and is ready to go. So we cannot really dwell on that. Now, Prime Boy said that Mohbad was having issues with his wife, and the interviewer did not allow Prime Boy to finish what that quarrel was about. And when Wumi was speaking, trying to rope Prime Boy, she did not tell us what happened between Prime Boy and Mohbad. What was the argument about? Who was arguing? That is it. Now, according to the report from Prime Boy and from Kemi Oluloyo, from what she has gleaned here and there, from what we've heard, Mohbad came out of the car, hungry, went to the side of Prime Boy in anger, hit it. And that is where he got injured. And we can pick little of this with with what the Nigerian police said some couple of hours ago, saying that they got into an altercation. What kind of altercation? Did they really fight? Did he punch? He punched the car, and they said the mark of the punch is still on the car. And he got injured badly. He got angry. He punched the car. According to the report, Mohbad punched the car at the window section. He got injured. So we can now connect it to what Wunmi said, the wife of Mohbad, that, Prime Boy instigated my husband. He got angry and punched him. So we heard it clearly that Mohbad punched Prime Boy. Punched the car, whatever it is. He got angry, he got injured. And he did not go to the hospital with all of the injury, the swelling, and all of that. Probably broken bones or whatever it is. He didn't go to the hospital. Later, he realized that the pain was much. And they contacted the nurse, registered nurse that he uses. The registered nurse wasn't available. So one of the friends of his that was there, they call him Spending, decided to call his own auxiliary nurse that brought, according to Kemi Oluloyo, a pharmacist, brought the proper drugs, but the last administration of it is what could have triggered the shock and the final RIP. All our medical system and our nonchalant attitude to taking care of ourselves and many other things have cost us a lot, and it is part of what we are talking about. So let us assume that Mohbad had some substance inside of him, and he's being administered an antibiotic, not intravenous, not through the line, but directly on his body. According to what Kemi Oluloyo said, the reaction would be sudden, and maybe the nurse would have been able to handle it quickly, but it was administered through the IV line, and it was going into his body slowly till it got to a point that his body could not handle it, and antibiotics. And it is strange that the antibiotic reacted in that manner. But why should that particular antibiotic react in such manner? If you've been abroad and you've gone through some time there, you've done some, you realize that before they administer any antibiotics, they'll take a sample of you and do some test to see which of them is susceptible, and the one that, they will check every of these things before they administer. But the way things are done in Nigeria, maybe the urgency and many other things, there are a lot of things that are wrong. Anyway, Mohbad reacted to it and he passed away. Who murdered Mohbad? Who took his life? Who RIP'd him? Who kpai him? Now, who kpai Mohbad? That is the question that I believe a lot of you will be asking. Who took his life? Is it the nurse? Is it the person that offered to use his own private nurse, auxiliary nurse? Who took his life? Is it because someone got him angry? It's so complex. You see, when death has been tagged on you, when kpai has been tagged on you, when you use your hand to bring RIP to your life, this is what it becomes. When you have a tag of RIP already on your head, that is what it is. It's so serious. But then, all of those people that have been tagged, who RIP'd him, who took this, who do that, we are beginning to see clarity into it. We are beginning to see clarity. The nurse does not have a license, so we can say a license will be taken. But because she administered it illegally in the way and manner that she's not supposed to, she might be held. And the police might decide to say, okay, let us add a topping on top of it. Are we going to charge the other guy for manslaughter? How? Did he beat him? Did he hit him? They said that Mohbad was the one angry that tried fighting his friend, punching him. And that one was like, oh, why now? And let us assume that someone is trying to fight you. You want to fight back. If that person now decides to go and pick a bottle and the bottle caught the hands of that person, the person trying to attack you, and the person now die out of negligence, not taking care of it, is it your fault? I'm not trying to be insensitive in this, but I want us to see this, let us see it wholly. Let us look at it conclusively, rather than adding sentiments to it. This person goes to jail, that one goes to prison. Maybe is not going to bring Mohbad back. But let us learn from it. Let us open our eyes and learn. Let us learn from negligence. Like and share this video, subscribe to this channel. See you in the next update.